Morning guys, it's a beautiful day out. I think the high today is only like 77 degrees, a little humid, but I think it should be good weather to tune the R32. So today, we're actually gonna play with some turbo stuff on the R32. Right now I have a Gen 2 Garrett GTX 3071 on it with a 6.3 AR hot side. And what we're gonna be doing today is changing the hot side, and I'll kind of explain why we're changing it, what I hope to accomplish, and what we can probably expect with it. So I'm excited. I've been working on side-by-sides for like the past 2 days, so I'm excited to do something where I'll actually get to enjoy the results. I am curious how crazy I'm gonna need to go and change this hot side. Hopefully I can get away with leaving the center section on. It's gonna be my goal, which may be possible if I can get a wrench in there on those little bolts. I think it might be doable, especially having a nice V-band there. I think I'm gonna have to take off that water fitting to get to that bolt, but maybe not, we'll see. I think I decided I'm just gonna take it out and make it easier. So if you guys have been following the Skyline build, you'll know that there's two issues that I've been combating. Well, one not really combating, but one issue that's been a big problem with this car since day one, and that's been heat management. If you notice, a lot of the paint on the hood has been yellowed, a lot of the paint down here has been yellowed, and this car has always just produced a ton of heat. And one of my hypotheses behind that is that maybe, well, more than likely, I'm creating way too much back pressure. So that car makes about 600 horsepower on a 3071, which is maxing it out. And I've been on a 6.3 AR. So if you aren't familiar with Turbo Talk, here's a great example. On the left, we have a 6.3 AR, and then on the right, we have an 8.2 AR. So the only real difference, this hot side is a little bit bigger, and what it's gonna allow was your exhaust gases to flow a little bit better. So when you're making more power and you're pushing higher numbers, you're not choking the engine out. So I think with what I've been doing, I've been choking the engine out, and by doing that, I've been creating a lot of back pressure, thus a lot of heat. Now the reason I had a small AR for drifting, I care way more about having that low end torque and getting quick spool. But when an engine's unhappy and you have a ton of back pressure, sometimes you actually don't even lose that much spool at all when you go up to a bigger AR. So we might see a loss anywhere from 0 to 500 RPM is my guess with this. But another thing that we're gonna gain from it, if you remember on my dynographs with this car, we usually make around 600 wheel, and then the last 1,000 to 2,000 RPM, it kind of dips off and makes about 100 wheel less. I think with this bigger AR, we'll be able to hold that steady power level, which even though for drifting, doesn't really matter that much, since once you get the torque and the wheels are spinning, it's going. As a street car, it's gonna be a lot faster because we'll be in that power band where we drive it, and on the drag strip, it'll put down faster numbers. So we shouldn't be putting much more stress on the drivetrain since the torque number will probably stay flat, but we'll be making a lot more peak power, and the car should be a lot happier because it'll just be able to breathe. So I'm gonna start pulling that turbo off after I have my bacon, egg, and cheese, and then I'll, I don't know, throw it on, go get this thing tuned, and it should be a cool example of switching ARs. Pulling off the turbo is pretty self-explanatory. I gotta pull the lines, gotta pull the clamp. One thing that is smart to do, if you ever have a setup like this with V-bands and stuff that can be clocked, is to make a couple little marks just to make sure that you can remember the orientation that stuff was in. I'm also gonna take a couple photos just so I remember how lines were ran and stuff. But I'm just gonna set up a time lapse because I like to focus and get in the zone and listen to music when I'm doing stuff that's a little bit more tedious. So I'm gonna do that, mark all my lines, make sure I remember where they go, and then we'll touch base once I get it off. All right, now that I got the turbo off, I would say it probably took me about 30 minutes, just taking my time. Two things that I've made note of. One, my turbo gasket was actually broken. I didn't really hear much of an exhaust leak, but it is possible that it was leaking a little bit and losing a little bit of spool from that. When I put the new one on, I have a new gasket for it, so that'll be okay. Another cool thing that's new on this setup that Alberto did, he put an AN fitting on the bottom of the hot side, or sorry, on the bottom of the center cartridge. So you don't have to get in there with those two little Allens from underneath, and it made servicing it way easier because all I had to do was undo a quick little AN line there. So I'm gonna pull this hot side off and then, yeah, swap it out. I'm gonna make some markings first though so I can remember what orientation it was in.
Oh, making my toolbox look good. That's cool.
Look, new things for turbo.
Cool, let's zinc plate them.
It would be kind of cool, huh? I'm excited for you to feel the difference of the...
I'm a little nervous.
Why?
You're a little crazy.
Why? What'd I do? What's so crazy?
Making all this power, driving down the road, clutch kicking.
It's okay.
Is that a lot bigger?
I mean, it's a decent amount. This is...
Oh wow.
It's like not hugely different, but...
So all the dimensions are exactly the same except like everything will still fit?
Yeah.
Normal?
Sure. Hopefully. We'll see.
How many coffees do you have today, guy?
Just one. I don't remember how this is clocked. I think it's something like this.
Oh God.
I took a picture.
Oh good.
So it'll be alright. I think it goes something like this. Did you see how it was like kind of really like ghetto doing the plates so I didn't have to like pull the fittings off?
Yeah.
Kinda, like,
and now
tripping
what?
it. So I'll start it on one area and then I can just rotate it and then get it in.
I thought that was ghetto until you took out the pry bar. Then I was like, okay. I wish I filmed it.
What pry bar?
I don't know.
I wasn't throwing the turbo on the ground.
He goes, what'd you say? I really don't want to hit this on anything as you're swinging it and hitting it into the ground.
Cut the clip. More surgery. So another thing I'm doing before we go to tune, when we started cranking up the boost high, the wastegate started blowing open. So you can usually only about double what your spring pressure is and it starts kind of bleeding off. And I think I've got a pretty soft spring in this, so I'm gonna go probably about 2 or 3 pounds stiffer. It should do the trick.
Your pink wastegate.
Yeah, it used to be red.
Used to be.
So the spring combo I had was actually only for 14.5 pounds. So as we were getting up over 30, we were starting to run out. So we're gonna switch over to a combo where my gate pressure will be closer to 17 pounds. Just color matching the springs to the little guide and then we should be set. I've definitely been taking my time. I haven't been doing this in a rush by any means. About 2.5 hours. I've got everything all back together. I went over a lot of the clamps and lines too and added a new coupler and a new vibrant clamp. Well, 2 new vibrant clamps and a new vibrant coupler over some cheap one that I had before to try to prevent any sort of boost leaks or anything from happening in the future. I think the only thing left I have to do is tighten this one oil line and we should be good to start it real quick and make sure everything's good. And then I'll just have to bleed it, do a quick boost leak test, and we should be ready to take it to the dyno. I'm kind of nervous, which is dumb because I shouldn't be because all I changed was the turbo, but I don't know. It's been a while since I've started this car. Got decent voltage, turn signals on. Let's see if she starts. I'll prime it once more. She's in neutral. A little bit less turbo spool at idle. Probably need some revs to get that thing spinning a little more now. Sounds healthy. I don't hear any leaks either. I think that exhaust gasket leak was making more noise than I originally thought. I always thought it had like exhaust leak, but I never really saw it, so it's hard to say. See how she responds to some revs. Seems pretty responsive still.
Adam's been bothering me, making me jump start his car and use my jump box.
We got 3 jump packs and the car.
So let's see. Adam just tried starting his car for about a couple minutes. Let's see, why wouldn't it start?
No, you know what? It's because
Is something unplugged, Adam? Oh yeah, the nip. You gotta hook the air compressor back up if you want it to start.
No. See, you have me in a rush because you don't leave with 2, you're gonna traffic, and it starts raining. And you're like, Adam, you gotta push the car out. You gotta move it back here. So I shut the hood.
I love how he blames me.
I wasn't looking, and then this.
And so you left a coupler on.
I was gonna test. And
You're trying to Cletus this and run a car through a valve stem.
You know what's funny? I've actually run a car before like this.
Well, not this one, I guess.
Not this one anymore.
No. What a guy.
I bet it'll start now.
Yeah. You're like, my voltage is dropping, my fuel pressure's wrong. And then.
I'm checking all the fuel pumps. What's wrong?
All right. Thanks for wasting our time, 2019.
Tommy, you know how I love you so much. And
You've been de-teasing me all day about some box. What do you got? Let's get this
That's
over
not what I
with.
meant to say. All right, I have a gift for you in this
Bag of sand, man.
It's a bag of sand, man. It's for you, dude.
It's from LZMFG.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be good. Better be excited as heck.
Shop banners?
Shop banners.
How many shop banners are in here?
Well, since it's my shop now, I figured.
How many? What are you gonna cover every inch of wall with shop banners? What are you doing? You have this many different ones, or are these all the same?
We've got different sizes and shapes and colors. Wait, open one of these up. See how nice they are. You'll like them, I promise. Yeah.
Ooh, this is my favorite design you've
I know.
to date too.
I know. It was just for you.
This is a little guy.
Yeah, well, we got little guys and we got big guys.
Where it is an apron.
Yeah, so we actually.
What are they called? Smock? No. A bib? For when I'm eating lobster? We should go eat lobster with these on Friday.
We can wear them to the casino.
I want to feel that bit. Wait.
But no, I want to show you the big one.
I feel like this one's the heaviest one.
No, this one is. Look how big this one is. We sold these at FD and they killed it.
How's the lighting underneath this car?
It's actually really good. Look at that one. It's sick, right?
What's funny is you sold these people that probably don't even have shops.
What?
Ever think of that?
Well, you can hang them in your room, on your mom's car.
True.
Dude, they're nice though, aren't they?
Blanket,
Feel them.
Picnic.
Feel them.
These are thick.
Tell me about the quality.
I mean,
Are you impressed?
The quality at least an 8 out of 10.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, this is great.
Look at this. So
Wait, you do like a boxing thing? Yeah. You know?
these are available now, guys. Link in description.
Shit. You can make, we can make pants out of these.
So where can I put all these in the shop?
Wherever you want, wherever your little long legs can hang them.
All right, bet.
Just not on any of my vehicles.
No, I won't put them in vehicles. That's a nice spot right there for one.
One in the showroom, so at night you can see it too.
Yeah, it's a good
That'd be
idea.
cool.
Or we could put them on the backdrop behind the showroom, like on the black curtain.
Curtain?
Yeah, that'll be sick.
Strange.
I have
Get
a lot.
all your banners at LZMFG. Is that the website?
Yeah,
.com.
yeah. Thanks, dog.
Where I forgot the name.
I want to give a massive shout out to LZMFG for sponsoring this video.
Massive shout out for LZMFG for sponsoring our air conditioning that he keeps turning down, which means up, if you can't figure that out.
What?
Basically Grant's house going on.
Got all the cars pulled in. I think it's the first time we ever seen all three of the Evos together. Just as a reminder, we are called the Fives guys, and this is our current team of Evos that we like to battle on the mountain pass. Okay, thanks, bye. Now, even though the new AR isn't that different, the car needs to be retuned to run properly, because the thing is, it's going to see different loads and different air pressures at different RPM now, so it's going to need different fueling. However, I think it's close enough to where it's still drivable. I'm just going to keep it very, very low throttle, and we'll drive over to Wallingford so Jimmy can tune it. I am curious, though, how the spool's going to be even without a tune. This sounds pretty responsive. Sounds a little bit different too. I'm already impressed. We'll see if you guys can hear. It's spooling up quite a bit just in the parking lot. Seems like the bigger AR might echo the exhaust a little bit more. Like it's letting the gas and choking a little bit less, so it's muffled less. Oh yeah, it's still very responsive. You hear that? That's the load thing I was talking about. So we'll downshift real quick. We're already like, probably gonna hit full boost around 4 grand. Which is very similar to what it was, I think before. Yeah, it was about the same before. It's always nerve-wracking with new turbo setups because you smell the coating being burned off and it smells like something's on fire. The real telling factor will be when we put this car on the same dyno and can overlay dyno graphs. That's when it'll get interesting. I had to have Tommy and Ty check back at the shop because they got nervous for a second that maybe I put the same 6.3 AR back on because I had another new one. But they checked and we're good. So that's a good sign because I was very, very nervous that I'd make the car too laggy. And the fact that it feels literally identical is a good sign that the spool's still great. Good news or bad news? Well, no, bad news first. Kenny's not gonna be around tonight, so we can't get on the dyno, which means we can't retune him with the new turbo, which I'm kind of bummed about. But Jamie's really, really good at street tuning. So we're just gonna tune the car at gate pressure because there's an event I want to drive this weekend. That way I'll be good to drive the event, and then we'll make our power pulls next week. So this strange man started tailgating us, and I didn't really recognize him because his face looks really funny. Where'd he go? Oh, there must be a back entrance. What is on your face?
I got grease on my face?
Dude, I'm mad I shaved mine. I didn't even recognize you tailgating me. What are you doing?
Well, now that I'm daily driving a truck, you know, I really had to make it happen.
Yeah, typical Wallingford guy.
Yeah, that's me.
Hi,
Hey, how are you?
Mr. Hoonigan.
Dude, I missed the smell of the Ignite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm almost out of it. My car was running a little rich. It's like 8 Lambda the whole way here.
It smells like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like the team one?
Get in here.
It's a game changer.
Oh, I
feel used.
did not see that coming.
That was great.
Alright, so this is right.
This is my shop pet, Henry. He's a trash panda. We feed him beef jerky.
He's pretty adorable.
Don't drop it.
Would you like to pet him?
Oh my god, he takes the cutest bites.
But you know what's even cuter?
Crowd favorite. The 30 and this gorgeous man. Look at this gingerbread looking ass bitch.
I swear, ever since I moved into his house, he's just been following me around everywhere. Like he doesn't trust me.
Yeah, because I don't have anything to do up here. Little do you know, Jimmy and I are actually friends.
Better friends than you.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. No one's friends with Grant.
That's why he grew a beard.
Excuse me?
I meant Jimmy. I meant Jimmy.
Oh, okay, thank you. Good. It's here?
You want to pet the trash panda?
Yo, what's his name?
Henry. Want to feed him?
Yo, Henry.
I got to make McFlurry for your dog.
Oh, you scared him. You're
He doesn't like gingers. Ready for this?
I'm taking you back.
And he's out. Tucker gets a jerky now.
Yeah.
So Jamie and I cruised around the block, got this thing tuned up. It really didn't need that many adjustments. It was pretty on point. The one thing, it did need a little bit of fuel up top. The turbo's a little bit more efficient and it's not having as much back pressure up there, so it breathes a little bit more. Power wise, it doesn't feel that much faster on gate. It's hard to tell because I don't really drive the car on gate that much, but I will say the spool's almost identical and it feels like it comes on harder, which is pretty tight. But the good news is, although we didn't get the opportunity to go on the dyno, Jamie's actually going to come out to the event that I'm going to, and he's going to help me dial it in on the track in case it has any adjustments that it needs. But overall, everything feels really good on it, so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty excited about it, and I'll do a couple pulls for you guys just to show you kind of. It does sound different, so that's cool. So I'm excited. This should be the start of a really good setup. So I'm going to do a quick first second pull. Mind you, the car's not going to spin because I'm on some gnarly R888s right now, so if it doesn't seem fast because it's not spinning, it's fast. But I wonder if you guys will be able to hear the difference. Check out the spool. Mind you, I don't have no lift shift on right now because it's kind of in its drift setting, so there's a little lag between the gears, like on and off throttle. But once we're on the track, it won't really matter. But with the no lift shift, it'll just be boom, boom. This thing's gonna be a rocket ship. So here's third, kind of rolling in a boost. I'd say full boost somewhere around like 42. So that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow we're gonna do some Evo stuff because I am finally taking that thing on the track too. So I just want to give a massive shout out to my new girlfriend Bailey. She's watching this back home. If you guys know her, you've seen her in my Instagram stories. She's really beautiful and she means a lot to me. So